just about 8 miles inland from the warm waters of the Atlantic. We are inside Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Third and final of the games today, this Wild Card Sunday. It might be the best of the bunch. And off we go on EA Sports.
Okay, break.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
Ready, set.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. 1st and 10 now from the 36.
Let's go.
And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 60, at the 60. Go.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Denver 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll turn and hand this one off. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Here we go, set.
2nd and 7.
Big alert, big alert. Buffalo 18.
They'll stick with him again. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Broncos.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game and see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
70 Lions, Panther 11, Panther 11. Mustang 19. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away. Picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they move the chains on 3rd down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Now this time, he'll set up to throw. The throw on the run is complete.
The drag route, we used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
He'll look to throw. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Broncos. Extra point try forthcoming. He gets it to go, and the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead here on Super Wild Card Weekend. Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now, this is going to be returned. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen, like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll take off, and he's in. Touchdown, Denver. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
On the set.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Get up.
They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Let's go.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Bronco. Warrior 70. 18 Pioneer. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Ready. 19 Lion. Ready.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Williams. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Set up to throw. He'll get this one to his safety valve. Complete. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Back to the ground after the penalty. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
70 ring, 70 ring.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can. 2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. Here's 2nd and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Set. 19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Warriors 70.
Back to throw. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Ready, ready. 18, Pioneer. Set, go.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He finds Lightfoot. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Good work to get the first down, and Greg, maybe good fortune that they're able to keep possession after the fumble.
And I know where his mind is, Mike. He's so focused on getting that first down, which he does a great job getting. But it can't come at the expense of protecting the ball. Now, in this case, he's very fortunate. He loses the ball, but it ends up going out of bounds. As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Third and long.
19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. Go.
And that is incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere.
Ready.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10.
Ready.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. So we are at halftime here in the AFC wildcard matchup. As we head north to Orlando, we're going to join the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. One team advances. One team's season ends here. Second half underway in the AFC wildcard game. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
On the go.
Here's first and 10. Now, faking the give. the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
He'll drop to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
Got it. Ready? Panther 11. Panther 11. Here we go. Here we go. Mustang 19. Ready?
Throwing now from the gun. Off-balance throw. It's complete. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Broncos. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this one out. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. The drive will start on the ground. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Second down and 3.
Come on. Set. Bronco 80. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Check out.
Now Williams. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
Let's go now.
Off play action. Here's Williams. Back to the sideline and intercepted. First and 10.
Go! Ready?
Here's a toss as they look to run. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
Set it.
A good spot here. Second and a yard.
Go!
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
Trap 60. 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Ready?
They'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
18, Pioneer. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Back to the air again on second and 10. And that ball incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of over.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Set. Set, go.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced.
Here we go.
And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
On third down, it's Williams from the gun. He's got his man. It's Hill. First grab of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He picks up the first down with that one.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Receiver in motion, going right.
Go.
They'll go play action here with Williams. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. It's the tight end Likely in motion. They'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. That is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. 1 quarter remains here in this AFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Go.
Up the middle they go. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. It'll hold them to a gain of 2.
On the set.
They'll come up on a second down and 8.
Ready.
run it here. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
Shut up! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
He'll try to get this one on the ground. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Denver 1st down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Think back to what they told us during the week, Mike. They said this primetime platform, this is a tremendous opportunity for us to show the entire league and put them on notice. And boy, after this performance, boy, have they ever.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protect.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Mustang 19! 70 Ranger! 70 Ranger! Go!
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. So the Broncos will turn things over to the field goal unit. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80! Let's go! Big Lion!
The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And some nice footwork as he spins forward for a yard.
Ready, break! Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. They'll try to run for it with Mitchell. They'll get 19 out of that play. 1st down, Miami.
70 Lion!
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down. Hill brought in motion.
Ready?
A play fake. Now Williams. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
Let's go!
3rd down, 3 to go. To throw, it's Williams. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Come 19! Come 19!
Hill brought in motion.
Check go!
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Checking it down, this one is caught. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throw it again. It's Williams. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Dolphins will get just a bit closer. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
Ready! Set, ready!
Now give on the ground, and he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Come on, set!
So it is a win for the visiting Broncos.